right atrium and left atrium. Now this is the heart. Okay. Okay. So here this is the superior vena cava and here comes the inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava from the abdomen, from the lower extremity, the blood goes to abdomen. From the abdomen, uh, via inferior vena cava, the blood goes to right ventricle. Okay, goes to right ventricle. Now here, superior vena cava, from the head, from the neck, from the upper limb, the blood goes to right atrium. Now, so these two veins gives blood to right atrium. From there it goes to right ventricle. So it acts as a reservoir. It's receiving blood. Okay, right part of the heart, it receives blood. Left side of the heart, there present left atrium, left ventricle. Uh, so there is twice has been written. So left atrium, ventricle, and there present the vessel is arch of aorta. So left side of the vessels, it acts as pump, which carries the oxygenated blood, not deoxygenated, oxygenated blood. Now what will happen? The from blood from right atrium it goes to right ventricle. Now from right ventricle it goes to the lungs. From the lungs it goes to left ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and from there to arch of aorta, and from there it goes to different part of the body. Means the left side of the heart, it gives blood or pumping action, donating to different parts of the body. Right side of the heart is receiving, left side of the heart functions as pumping. So that again it will receive, it gives to left side, then again the process continues as a cycle. Okay, so again right side of the heart, your body. Okay, this is the right side of the heart and left side of the heart. Who is that? Right side of the heart, it receives blood from different parts of the body. Left side of the heart, it gives blood, okay, via pumping action to different parts of the body. On the right side, there present superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And on the left side, there present is arch of aorta. Exactly in the middle, but more towards left side, arch of aorta, which helps to give the blood, to supply the blood to different parts of body. There are 4 valves. The next point is there are 4 valves present in the heart. We have already discussed. Tricuspid valve present here. Pulmonary valve. Look into the diagram. Okay, so here the first one is here, tricuspid. Second one is here. Okay, then there comes bicuspid, and finally aortic. It is a step-by-step procedure. From here blood comes. Okay, the blood goes to right atrium. With help of valve, blood passes to right ventricle. Blood comes from here. It goes to right atrium. With help of valve, okay, valve is a smooth structure, okay, which is a movable. So when blood passes when blood will be filled in the right atrium, the valve will open and it will supply blood to right ventricle, then valve close. Okay, when the blood will be filled on the right atrium, valve opens, so blood passes to ventricle, valve closes. So now from the right ventricle, blood goes via the second valve, that is pulmonary valve. That is why the step by step, if you learn the name of valves, it will be easy for you to correlate one after one. Now from the right ventricle, blood goes via this artery, goes to where it goes to lungs. It goes to lungs. So right side, so this artery, pulmonary artery, via this the blood goes to lungs. So where the lungs are present? Here. Okay, so inside these lungs, if you see here, so this is the pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery. Lung is also supplied by blood vessels. Those are called pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. So now via pulmonary artery, from the left ventricle, via pulmonary artery, blood goes to lungs. So there blood purifies. Okay, blood purifies. Then from there, via pulmonary vein, see this picture. Okay, via pulmonary veins, the blood comes to left side of heart. That is to left atrium. Okay, the blood comes here. Okay, goes to lungs. From the lungs, it comes back to atrium. Now, again the same procedure. When the blood passes to right atrium, then it passes the left atrium, then it passes to left ventricle. Again, which valve is present there? That is bicuspid valve, which is having two valves called bicuspid valve. Or you can also call it as mitral valve. Now from left ventricle, the blood has to supply to all over the body. Yes. So here what we'll do, the blood will goes via passes to arch of aorta via the valve which present here, the last valve, that is aortic valve. Okay, the blood goes to arch of aorta, and from here it passes to different parts of body. From there it passes to different parts of body. Okay, blood passes the oxygenated blood. It's carried by, means received by superior vena cava. Okay, and down from the inferior vena cava to right atrium. So from there to right ventricle with help of valve which is called tricuspid valve. From there, with help of pulmonary artery, okay, there is a valve which is assisting, that is called pulmonary valve. The blood goes to lungs. From the lungs, the blood will be purified. Okay, then again it supplies to left side of the heart via pulmonary vein. So first it goes to left atrium. From there, the wall, bicuspid wall, pushes that blood to left ventricle. From there, muscle will contract. Okay, the muscle will contract, means the blood is filled. So now, when the muscle will relax, the blood will be forced out of its place. Means here the aortic valve opens and blood will be forced out of artery, that is arch of aorta. So with that force, blood will be ejected from the heart. It supplies to different parts of the body. So first tricuspid valve, then pulmonary valve. It goes to the lungs, then from the lungs it will come back to left atrium. So there present is mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Then to left atrium it will come. From there it supplies to all over the body, that is with help of aortic valve. This is a complete circulation process. We will discuss this again later. Okay, so now remember there are present 4 valves. So then what is the function of this valve? What is the function of this valve? So 4 valves functions are, you can write here functions. The first one is pumping action of the heart. As you all know, so why valve is required? Because to pass the blood from one part to another part of the heart. So that will pass to another part of the heart, that will pass to another. So if the pumping should happen, means if the circulation process should happen, then valves are very important. Okay, valves are major part of the circulatory system as well, the heart structure, because it helping to mobilization of the blood within the heart for the pumping. The second is maintaining unidirectional flow of blood, very important. Okay, you see here, blood is unidirectional. Unidirectional means blood is passing in a single direction. From right atrium, it comes down, then again it goes to lungs, then again it will come back to heart, the another part. Then it's a like unidirectional. There is no bidirectional, means if the blood is going in one direction, it is not coming back. No reverse direction or flow of the blood. If they're present reverse flow of blood, then what will happen? Can anybody give me the answer? If there is present bidirectional flow of blood or multidirectional flow of blood, then what changes might be present in the circulatory system? Can anybody answer?
Ma'am, Shubhendu.
Yes, Subhendu.
Ma'am, there will be the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood.
Very good. So, very good. That is the right answer. So if they are present multidirectional or unidirectional flow of blood, then blood will be mixed, oxygenated, pure, impure, all the bloods will be mixed. And what will happen? Where the blood reaches to the tissue that is supposed to receive pure blood, but it is not receiving pure blood. So how that tissue will function normally? It will not function normally, start functioning abnormal. So then your whole body function will be changes. That is the one perfect answer. Second thing, that is a one. Second thing, cardiac cycle. Unidirectional flow of blood, and that is going in a well and good manner. But if there is multi-direction or bi-direction, then the cardiac cycle will not be complete. Okay, it's like it might be half, then again it will come go back. Then it's like all the tissues are not receiving the proper blood on time. On time. You can't say if it is multi-direction, you can't say like when the blood will move on which direction. So, and these all things are natural. Actually, you can't question like why it is unidirectional. This is the natural mechanism of or general mechanism of each and every human body or animal body. So, unidirectional blood flow, the second function. So as you know, the four valves, here the mitral valve and tricuspid valve, which controls blood flow from atria to ventricle, the aortic valve and pulmonary valve, which controls blood flow out of ventricle. Okay, as you all know, so I'll show the diagram in the diagram. Okay, so this is the tricuspid valve, this is the bicuspid valve. So another function, these both valves are atrial valves. Okay, atria to ventricle valves means from the atria it's passing blood to the ventricle. Even this tricuspid valve, from the atria it passing blood to ventricle. So another, the pulmonary valve, and one more is the aortic valve. So these are pushing out blood from the ventricle out to the pulmonary vessels and aortic vessels. Flow out of the ventricles. Okay, both are flowing out from the ventricle. One goes to pulmonary, another goes to aortic. But the basic from where it goes, both are going out, flowing out from the ventricle. So these are the, you can make this as one point and you can make this as another point. So these are the four functions of valves. Okay. So I will repeat again. I'll take this diagram. I'll repeat the process again. Okay. Blood is coming here. Okay. So blood is coming here. This is deoxygenated blood, which is carbon dioxide more in that blood, but very less amount of oxygen. You can't say like oxygen is not present in that. It's present. Deoxygenated means oxygen very less in that, more number of carbon dioxide. So this blood comes via superior vena cava. It goes to right atrium, even from the inferior vena cava. So that comes to right ventricle with help of tricuspid valve. From there, the blood is going to the lung. Okay, going to the lungs with help of valve which is called pulmonary valve, because it is passing to the pulmonary vein, so pulmonary valve. Now in the lungs the blood will purify, it become oxygenated blood. So from there it comes via pulmonary vein. There are two. So that comes where? To left atrium. Left goes to left ventricle with help of bicuspid, or I can also call it as mitral valve. From there the heart will contract. Muscle, there happens contraction of muscle. Okay, from where the contraction of muscle will happen? Now the brain, it will stimulate heart muscle. Okay, that you will study in neurology. Okay, like which nervous system which helps the heart to stimulate. Okay, when to contract, when to relax. So that input will be given by the brain, the system, nervous system. So now the heart will contract, so blood is filled. Okay, heart will contract, so when it will relax, it will give maximum force so that blood will be pushed out from the place, from the ventricle. So with that force, the blood will passes via aorta and it goes out, supplies to different parts of the body with the help of aortic valve. So that is why the left side, if you see, it's a little larger compared to right side, because the mainly the blood will be filled and the pressure will be created from the left side of the heart. Okay, so valves which helps in unidirectional flow of blood. So tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve, it helps blood flow from atria to ventricle. Pulmonary valve and aortic valve, which helps the blood flowing out from the ventricles. That is so again the same point. So that is what we have discussed. Next, what you are seeing here, this is valve. Okay, so this is called actually valve. Okay, it's like the smooth structure which is very flexible. You see today in the mirror, when you will open your tongue, inside tongue here there is a soft structure present, that is called insula. So similarly, the structure which present in between the atria and ventricle, that is called valve. So here valve opens fully, blood flows through. When the blood will come, valve will get the information to open up. It will open, blood flows, then it will close. So it will close. That is why the blood is not moving back. It will help for the unidirectional flow of blood. So then valve closes, blood cannot flow backward. No bidirectional flow of blood. It's only unidirectional. Okay. So inferior vena cava, it comes here. Superior vena cava comes here. Both passes. So next structure, okay, first under the structure you will also add the point shape, then you will write right side of the body what are the structures are present, left side of the body what are the structures are present, then you will write what are the walls. Okay, you will also write the diagram. So then what are the functions of walls, that point you will add. Then you will also write about layers of heart, means covering. Or coverings of heart or layers of heart. Okay, it's like your internal structure of body is protective, it's well protected. How? Because there is skin, there is bone, all are covering your internal organs. Similarly here, heart, okay, the inside which present blood, everything is protected by layers or coverings. So those coverings are called, the outer covering is called pericardium. Okay, cardium means the covering of heart. So outer is peri. Peri means outer, outermost. So outermost layer of the heart is called pericardium. Okay, so the outermost part is called pericardium. So the middle part, if you come inside the middle covering, so that is called myocardium, the middle. So deep inside, okay, before means the blood is present, and the next to that present the internal layer of the heart is called endocardium. Endocardium, that is the innermost layer of the heart. So in some of the book also has given epicardium. If you want, you can write it. Means the outermost is peri. Some of the book has given in between myo and peri there is one more layer called epicardium. So then comes myo, means the middle. Then the innermost layer is called endo, and here present is the blood. So these are the coverings of heart. Okay, this is very important. So heart coverings are three layers. Outermost is called pericardium. Middle is called myocardium. So innermost is called endo, inside. That covering is called endocardium. So is it clear now? Structure of heart is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. You read from the book as well. You read from the video. Now, anybody done the video? Recording is happening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So read from the book and read from the video. It is very interesting, and while reading itself, develop that interest. It will be very easy and it's interesting. So we'll go to next. So now the blood vessels. Circulatory system consists of three components. First one is the blood, we have already discussed. Heart, today we have discussed previous session, and now we are discussing about the blood vessels of heart. Blood vessels in the sense, here not only comes artery, along with that comes is vein. So artery plus vein together are called as blood vessels. So the first blood vessel is superior vena cava. So what is the function of superior vena cava? Where it present, you all know. Superior part on the right side of the heart. So its function is, it carries deoxygenated blood from the head, neck and upper limb to right atrium of the heart. We have already discussed. Superior vena cava, it brings blood from the head, from the neck, from the upper limb. From head, neck and upper limb, the blood goes to right side of the heart, and via superior vena cava it goes to right atrium. Okay, you imagine in your own body, it will be easy. And superior vena cava, this is a vein. Okay, this is a not artery. Next is inferior vena cava. Carries deoxygenated blood from lower body of the right atrium to the right atrium. From inferior it goes to right atrium. From the lower limb it goes to abdomen. From the abdomen goes to inferior vena cava. From there it goes to right atrium. So next blood vessel is aortic artery. Aorta, arch of aorta. Arch of aorta, which is the largest artery in human body. Remember, which is the largest artery in the human body? That is arch of aorta. Which is the largest vein in the human body? That is superior vena cava. Okay, so largest artery in the human body is arch of aorta, and the largest vein in the human body is superior vena cava. So this artery are having three: part 1, part 2 and part 3. It carries oxygenated blood from left ventricle to all over the body. It carries, okay, so from the left ventricle the blood it carries and it supplies to different parts of the body. That is a function of aortic artery. Next, there are pulmonary arteries. Okay, so carries deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to lungs. Okay, so we have discussed this. Pulmonary artery, okay, this will carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Okay, I will tell you all again. Okay, so this is the pulmonary vein. When it comes to right atrium, right ventricle, then deoxygenated blood is going to the lungs. Why it is going to the lungs? To take oxygenated blood. From where that oxygenated blood will come? I said you are taking air, you are taking oxygen from the environment. That oxygen what you are taking goes to lungs. So that will mix with the blood. So it form oxygenated blood. Okay, pure blood. So that blood from the lungs is taken by the blood what passed from the right ventricle. So that blood, this blood will receive the oxygen what you are breathing, and that will come back to okay, that we will discuss later. So the pulmonary artery, it is going to the lungs from the ventricle, okay, to the lungs. It's one of the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. As I said, it is blue in color, even though this is the artery, okay, not the vein, which carries oxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood, not oxygenated, deoxygenated. So next is pulmonary veins. So now pulmonary veins, now the pulmonary artery, it take blood to the lungs. Okay, now your air, oxygen, what you are taking, it mix with that blood. From the lungs, that blood is going back to the heart, not from the same artery, but it is from the another vein, that is pulmonary vein. It carries oxygenated blood from the lung to left atrium. Okay, so you can see here, from here it goes here. From the lungs to left atrium. Okay, so these are the blood vessels of heart. These are the blood vessels of heart. So what are the blood vessels? If in the exam question asked write the blood vessels of heart, you are able to write all these 5 answers. The first is superior vena cava, takes blood. inferior vena cava takes blood from where? From the peripheral part of the body. So these two vessels. Then you see on the opposite side there is arch of the aorta. Okay, there are pulmonary artery and there are pulmonary veins. So don't copy from the book. You imagine yourself what is the structure of heart. You imagine in your own body, right side, okay, this will go there. So do this connection, do this learning with your own body, and it will be easy for you to learning. And it is very interesting. Why? Because you are learning on your own body system that everybody doesn't know. So next time you can tell your parents, or you can say your brothers that okay, I have learned this, you know how the circulation will happen, and you will start explaining your uh, learning. So that person will come to know, oh, isn't it? That person will say. So then, okay, uh, your what to say, your one thing is exploring your knowledge, and that point of view when you will explain to others, if you have any doubt, so you can go back and you can refer, so your uh, memory power or your thinking capacity will increase, and that opposite person also will get something about the circulation. So don't use like medical words when you'll explain to the local peoples who is not a medical, but you can give the knowledge to them. Okay, you can say that here there is a something which is called artery, because nowadays the heart disease also very common, blockage or heart attack or thinning of artery, thickening of artery, these all are very common. So you can also connect there, like which artery. So the report doctor will give, but who doesn't know about the medical knowledge, so they don't know what exactly that is. Doctor will say something, okay, they will say yes, that's all. But you can read those reports, and for that you should know which artery, where it present, what is the function, what might be the future complications, how can be prevented. You all might know that Sourav Ganguly, okay, Indian cricketer, he undergone angioplasty, okay, heart surgery. So he is in hospital. He admitted in hospital. Who is from West Bengal, and mm, he affected to blockage, artery blockage. Now that has been removed. He got chest pain actually while doing gym in his home. So immediately he transferred to hospital, and when the doctor did diagnosis, there it shown that there is a blockage. Then undergone angioplasty, removed that block, and now he is fine. So these are the main 5 arteries of heart. Okay. So rest we will take up in the next session. Do you all want to know more about the arteries and veins? Now you all got the idea. Okay, that from heart, which all arteries, which all veins helps for carrying blood and for giving blood. So do you all want to know the other arteries, what you are seeing here? Okay, this is the artery, this is the vein, and on both the sides. Okay, and when it comes to down stomach, which artery, where it supplies, how it supplies, lower extremity. So this will not come under cardiovascular system, but it will come under circulatory system. Circulation in the sense you are studying about whole body. So there are many other arteries than the heart blood vessels or blood vessels of the heart. So shall we discuss this one in the next class? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So we will discuss is this one in the next sessions. We'll continue the other major blood vessels of circulatory system. So till now, whatever you have studied, go through book, go through video, and learn about it. Just recall one more time. Is there any doubts till now from any one of you? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what about others?
No doubt, ma'am.
No doubts. It's clear.
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then fine. So I will meet you all in next session with the continuation of circulatory system. Okay, we have a lot of things to learn under this subject. It is a very vast and very interesting. So while reading, remember one thing. So just don't read like you want to read, you want to cross the exam. That is why, that is not purpose for the reading. So while reading, just uh, think one thing, that read for the knowledge. Okay, understand the concept, what it is, how it will work. Exam is always secondary, but the understanding concept is very important. So even the question will come in the exam or will not come, but read the concept, understand it, be the master in the subject, so that next time if anybody will ask any question from the topic, you should be master in that. Means you should never say that I don't know. I know. You can ask the question. So develop that uh, capacity, that power. Okay. So I will end the session. I'll meet you all in next session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.